Matheus Cunha's move to Manchester United could either go really well or terribly badly. On one hand, he's what many people believe the club needs.
The goals are easy to look at, but sometimes you see him dropping deep, getting the ball on the half-turn and setting up the attack, and then getting on the end of it to score goals.
Yeah,
and that'll be really attractive to Amorim.
Very attractive.
A maverick, a player who fits the system, the possible answer to the problems of the club. But on the other hand, there are questions about whether he's the right fit for United, or another big money disaster move in the making. Is Man United going to be too big for Matheus Cunha to handle? Is Cunha really a good signing, or is Ruben Amorim making another big mistake? It's clear that this Man United team, the one from 2024-25, had a big problem. They started really badly under Erik ten Hag and finished worse under Ruben Amorim. 16th in the league after 38 games, 42 points all season, 18 league defeats, the most since the 1973-74 season, where they got relegated. It was bad all around.
First of all, I want to apologize for this season. I know you are really disappointed with me and really disappointed with the team.
But now that season is behind them, Ruben Amorim is determined to make this happen.
Today, after this disaster season, I want to tell you the good days are coming.
His first step to this is by signing a player who feels tailor-made for how he wants his Man United team to play from an attacking point.
Well, Manchester United have agreed to trigger Matheus Cunha's release clause at Wolves, and they will pay the £62.5 million in 3 instalments.
Everything United seem to lack going forward, Matheus Cunha seems to provide. For context, Bruno Fernandes and Amad Diallo, the top scorers for United in the Premier League last season, managed just 8 goals all campaign long. That was the second lowest in the league behind Paul Onuachu's 4 goals for Southampton last season. Matheus Cunha? He wasn't just Wolves' top scorer. His 15 goals last season were the 7th highest in the league, which is impressive enough. But considering he did this for a Wolves team that for large parts of the season was flirting with relegation and mid-table, makes it even better. This has to be the most obvious contribution Cunha brings to the team. The fact that with him on the side, there is an added goal threat now, but it's more.
This just makes sense. I think this is another attack. Manchester United need goals, Manchester United need versatility, Manchester United need someone to play in that 9 position, but also potentially play in the 10 position. Influence on a football pitch, that swagger on the football pitch that needs to be playing at a big club. You see, at least even though sometimes his interactions with the Wolves fans, they're not very happy with it sometimes, he has got that level of arrogance and confidence that needs to be playing for a top team.
He's not an out-and-out goal scorer this season, not a number 9 with a dedicated job of scoring goals, but Cunha gets his fair share of goal contributions too. He added 6 assists to the 15 goals he got last season, meaning he had 21 goal contributions in the league last year. If we expand this to his 2 full seasons in the Premier League, Cunha ranks joint 9th overall for goal involvements. But there's more to Cunha than just goals or the numbers. Cunha is exactly what Ruben Amorim needs. Ruben Amorim's formation at United, his blueprint by now, it's pretty clear. He sets his team up in a 3-4-2-1 formation that could sometimes become a 3-4-3. But a hallmark of this is having 2 number 10s in the attacking half spaces, who won't just play close to the central figure up top, but also become creative forces as well. Matheus Cunha can play this role perfectly. He can play as a 9 or play as a 10. He's comfortable receiving the ball on the turn and driving at defences. At Wolves, he was playing on the left-hand side of what was a 3-4-2-1 as well, but that ball-carrying ability he brings to United is something that will be very key to this team.
And how pleased were you for Mason Mount? I mean, great finish, huge smile on his face.
It's not just
really tough.
It's not just the finish. It's the position that he has on the pitch. He's like a third midfielder that can reach the box. He's really intelligent, so he's getting there, and he trains really hard. Sometimes I have to push him back and to take him out the pitch because he wants to do so much more. We are taking care of him. He wants to play more minutes, but the minutes were controlled. I'm really happy with him.
We're using Mason Mount as an example here to show what Amorim demands from players in that position. It's the reason why, despite his injuries, when he's fit, Mason Mount plays. The system with the 2 number 10s demands an attacking midfielder who is like a third advanced midfielder in attack. As he talks about with Mount here, based on the numbers, Cunha seems to be an upgrade. In terms of ball carrying, despite playing for Wolves, Cunha is one of the best in the Premier League. Last season he ranked 4th for ball carries into the final third with 95, 9th for completed take-ons, but the best part about these dribbles is how he turns them into goal-scoring actions. Again, it's another upgrade. This is something that the stats don't necessarily reflect. Watching United for large parts last season, there was a lack of effective players who could take the ball and advance into the opponent's territory. When Bruno Fernandes wasn't creating or attempting risky passes to at least get something going for the team, it doesn't seem like anyone else could. The ball-carrying stats with Cunha we talked about earlier, he does turn them into goal-scoring actions. Cunha attempted 34 shots following a ball carry, the 6th highest in the league, and created 23 shots from a ball carry, the 6th highest again. All these stats just point to the fact that he's effective with carrying the ball into dangerous areas. And with him on the team, it frees up the rest of the squad as well. It allows players like Amad Diallo, for example, to revert to his right wing-back role. The reason Amad played as part of the two 10s at times last season was specifically because of this. It's something United has lacked, a ball carrier. He also takes the burden a bit off Bruno Fernandes as well. This doesn't need stats to analyse. Matheus Cunha provides more in terms of an attacking threat, a highly productive forward. Names like Joshua Zirkzee, Rasmus Højlund, none of these forwards are in that category at the moment. But getting Cunha also shows Ruben Amorim is very serious about something else.
Just to train well, to receive the information, to understand that we all want to help them, we want to play in the different system.
It's the reason players like Alejandro Garnacho are expected to leave.
It's always the same reason. So, what is that reason? The reason is the training.
It's why Marcus Rashford couldn't get into the team under Amorim despite starting well. Ruben Amorim is very serious about how his players must train at United, or in this case, the work ethic, and Matheus Cunha brings plenty of that. His defensive numbers are just as impressive as the attacking stats he registered this season. He's 3rd in the Premier League forward rankings for interceptions with 17 from last season. His 125 possession one numbers was the 6th highest in the league. And what makes this particularly interesting, and all the more remarkable, is that Wolves in general, the team's stats that is, indicate that they don't press as high or as energetically as Manchester United and Ruben Amorim would. It's again adding up, because this effectively means Cunha becomes a goal threat. He's a player that can link in between lines and half spaces, take the ball on half turns and progress, and also presses hard and works off the ball to win it back too. And then there's the persona with Cunha, what he could potentially become at the club.
It smacks to me a little bit of the Cantona effect in terms of he's got a degree of arrogance and confidence about himself. And I think Man United need a little bit of that brought in there. I think he's a good player. What they put around him, I think will be very important.
Yeah.
The next Eric Cantona? It might seem like an overstretch, at least for now. But just looking at Cunha again, it's clear that at Wolves, he was what we could consider a maverick. The team's talisman, there's no doubt that Cunha is a good player. In all honesty, from a Premier League perspective, playing at the highest level indicates to a certain extent that these are elite professional athletes. What separates the best, the ones who go on to become superstars, from the rest is that persona. That arrogance of being the best is needed sometimes. The ability to try something audacious or innovative and take the risk when the rest of the team is attempting to play it safe. At Wolves, Matheus Cunha has shown he is a game changer. In the game against United, the team he just signed for at Molineux, he got a goal and an assist in the 2-0 win. But it wasn't just about the goal contributions, it's how they came as well. He scored an Olympico, a goal directly from a corner. This wasn't a mistake, by the way. It's something from watching the replays that shows he meant it. It's these type of players that grab the headlines, and that's what Man United needs right now. The club is in a dire strait. Cunha again seems to fit the profile of players to at least attempt to rebuild the team and take them back to the level they were. But it would be incomplete to talk about Cunha and his United move to the point without talking about what could be potential drawbacks for him. The most obvious? It's Man United. It's the club, the atmosphere, everything surrounding it. Man United has become the foundation for talents to almost fade out now. Players like Jadon Sancho, Antony, even Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee. They all joined the club full of promise. With Højlund and Zirkzee, it was about potential in Serie A with Atalanta and Bologna respectively. With Antony, it was a player who'd shown at Ajax that he was about entering that next step. The next club where he could become one of the most exciting wingers on the continent. Jadon Sancho had already proved his class at Borussia Dortmund. He was supposed to be the next big star at Man United. All four names, since they've arrived at the club, have become so bad there's an actual possibility for all four to leave the club this summer, despite all joining in recent years. This is a reality of Man United. Players who have left the club have become considerably better. Antony went to Real Betis and helped Betis reach a European final, losing out to Chelsea. The team Sancho won the Conference League final and even scored in the final. Even the ones who left a couple of seasons back. David De Gea was labelled as not good enough and not a fit for the standard of the club, and he's helped Fiorentina back to European football this season. It's the United angle, and unfortunately, it wouldn't be a surprise to see Cunha get to the club and find circumstances not even related to football as obstacles early on. The other one is whether Cunha is experienced enough to play for Man United. On first glance, given that they just finished 16th in the league and won't be playing European football, it's easy to dismiss this. But then again, it's still Man United. They're still commercially one of the biggest teams in the world, and the pressure of playing for a club like United is huge. Yes, Cunha was impressive in the league last season. Since he's been in the Premier League, he's managed double digits in terms of goals in the last 2 years. Again, really impressive. But outside that, there are a couple of questions. At Atletico Madrid, he had purple patches in terms of goal contributions at the club. At Hertha Berlin, he was similar to what he was at Wolves, one of the best players in a mid-table team that flirted in and out with relegation. With this, there's the argument that Cunha belongs to that class of players who play their best football for teams that have realistically low expectations. Then again, his attitude also gets called into question at times. Fights with his manager? Needless cards? It could potentially become a case of Cunha growing into something that both Ruben Amorim and Man United can't handle. But still, all of this is speculation, guessing what could happen. The reality is that right now, Man United is trying to be proactive by signing Cunha. It will take more than him to get the club back on its feet again, but with him, there's a clear indicator that this is a step in the right direction. What do you guys think? Is Matheus Cunha good enough to make the grade at United? Or is he another mistake Ruben Amorim has made that's just months away from becoming a huge bust? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Matchday Moments as well.